This week on Archery 101, we're going to cover step 2 of your shot cycle. Alright everybody, welcome to Archery 101. We're continuing our series on the most important thing in traditional archery, and even compound archery, and crossbow archery, and rifle marksmanship. And that is a good, repeatable shot cycle. Alright, here I am, Flying Arrow Sports in Carmel. Great place, great staff. If you're in the area, come visit them. Not check them out on the web. They have multiple ranges. We're in their first range, which is 20 yards, and the one in the next room over is 30 yards, and they have an outdoor range. Alright, so last week we covered stances, the foundation to a successful shot cycle. If you missed that video, click this link right here and you can go watch it. Now, the second step of your shot cycle, obviously the first one is make your stance. The second step is to nock an arrow. Now, this is probably the most mundane step and the one that doesn't need covering. And I really wasn't going to cover it. But then, a couple things occurred to me. So I'm going to show you a couple things that hopefully, if you ever do them, might help you. Now, how you nock an arrow, it really does not affect your shot cycle. You can do it all different ways, all different things. But what I'm just going to do is show you some tips. Today I'm here practicing for an indoor tournament. It's my 1967 Ben Pearson Pinto, and I'm using some arrows. Now, as you know, I shoot left-handed and right-handed, and most of my problems I discovered was when I shot left-handed. So I'm going to show you a simple way how I teach people how to nock an arrow, and how I pretty much do it when I'm outdoors at a 3D. When you know outdoors 3D, you got plenty of room. I'm going to back up a little bit. How I teach people is you just hold the bow in your hand, turn the bow sideways. You can either keep the arm out or put string against your belly. You grab your arrow, you look down, put it in the nock point, nock it, set it down, ta-da, one nocked arrow. You know, you can do it out here too, right? Just like this, click, and down. And that works great. And I did that for the first few years that I was really serious about archery. I don't even know how I drew when I was a kid, or my teen years, or in my early 20s and 30s. I don't remember that far. I know the past few years when I've been doing archery on a consistent basis, that's how I did it. Right here, grab my arrow, boom. And it worked great for me. Until one day, I did an indoor tournament. And there's people right next to you, left and right. You are packed like sardines. So I'm going to show you a couple things that I learned, especially for my fellow left-handers. All right, so I'm going to turn the camera off. We're going to reset it, and I'll talk to you about some things you need to learn. All right, everybody, got my camera reset. See the blocks here? That's pretty much the room you have. Now, a lot of places it's less. There's probably is a standard amount, but I'm telling you, you move around in that stance, in that box, and you can get really close to each other. So I'm going to back up. This is how close I'm usually to people in a tournament. Remember, they're right-handed, so that's their face. It's not the back of the head, that's their face. Our faces are right there. So we don't have a lot of room. And this is not possible. So one of the ways I draw, nock, is I rest the bow on the inside of my leg. Right? I reach behind me and I grab my arrow. Now I grab it so that the arrow runs across my thumb and the meaty part of my finger, my thumb. I bring it up, slide on the inside of my string, use my finger to hold it, slide my finger back to my nock, bring it forward. When my thumb touches the string, it goes over it, grab it, pull it back, and I nocked an arrow. And that's the easiest way to do it. Now I'll do it at proper speed. All right. So I usually stand like this. Ring the buzzer means time to shoot. I pop it on my leg, grab my arrow, up, in, forward and down. Now, another way you can do it is to hold the bow way up here. You grab it the same way, you slide it in, and just keep it in place with your thumb. This allows you to check your feathers out, make sure everything's okay, do a quick inspection, nock it, and bring it forward. All right? All right, everybody, a couple little points to add on to that. especially those of us shooting off a shelf. Flat shelves, arrows fall off, and we'll cover that another day, why they fall off. But I learned a couple of tricks from some people. Byron Ferguson, the famed trick archer. Before he puts his padding on, he takes the end of a toothpick, super glues it on there to make a ridge, and it holds his arrow on a little bit. And he does that so when he hunts, he knocks the arrow and it sits in the tree, and the arrow's not going to fall off. He can pick it up and it holds it pretty steady. You know, some people don't like to have a big flat shelf, others like to have a little radius to it and things like that. So if you're having problems with your arrow fall off, try a rest first. But if not, you can try that little toothpick trick, all right? All right, boys and girls, there you have it. Step number 2 of your shot cycle is nocking arrows. Not important, but it is important depending on your situation. You may not have room to turn your bow, things like that. You can hit people, you can knock the brush, scare the animal. So think about it and practice it. You know, it should be very natural, no fumbling around. Because if an indoor tournament, if it goes past the foul line, it's considered a shot. All right, hope you liked the video. I know it's very short. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Please check out our sister channel, 3D Archery. And I'll see you next time with an all-new episode, step number 3 of Archery 101.